Hey everyone, just before today's video, as you all know, today, October 17th, 2018, marks the legalization of cannabis across Canada. And just so you don't go out and kill me on the road, don't use cannabis and drive. You wouldn't get in your car drunk and drive. Don't get stoned and drive. Everybody be safe, enjoy it, have fun. Peace. The Sudbury Wolves continued their road trip to extend their winning streak to five games. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen continued to play lights out as the Sudbury Wolves continued to ride that pony until he died. And if you can't tell, this is the most excited I get in any aspect of life. Welcome to the Wolves Fan Review. Just a little more enthusiasm in these highlight packs would be a nice change of pace. And I forgot that I put my jersey in the wash last night. But that doesn't matter because as our overly excited highlight pack announcer guy stated, the Sudbury Wolves extended their winning streak to 5 games. And here's how all that went down. In our first game of the year against the Niagara Ice Dogs, once again the Wolves came out a little slow and fell behind early 1-0. But with 2 goals by Darian Pilon and Blake Murray in the first period, Niagara potted 1 in the second to tie it back up at 2. Then with less than 5 minutes in the third period, Peter Stratus put one in to put the Wolves up 3-2. That one sealed the victory, extending the Wolves' winning streak to 3 games. But not without a little bit of an asterisk, of course. The Wolves were outshot 20-7 in the first period and 14-7 in both the second and the third periods. Luukkonen stole this game for us, and even the Niagara announcer said that that was hands down the best goaltending performance he's ever seen in that building. The next day, the Wolves traveled south of the border to play Donald Trump and the Erie Otters. And with the help of Luukkonen making 23 of 24 saves, and Nolan Hutchison banging out 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points, the Sudbury Wolves took a bite out of the Erie Otters 4-1, extending their winning streak to 4 games. The Wolves had an off day that Saturday, then traveled to Kitchener to play the most unoriginal jerseys in the OHL, the Kitchener Rangers. But best television production quality I've seen. And in another game that saw us go down by 2 early on, by the time the second period concluded, the Wolves had it all tied up at 2. No scoring in the third period, sent it to overtime. And at 49 seconds in, Blake Murray buries one to give us a 3-2 win and a 5-game win streak. The Wolves were on their way back home and we were all excited to see them or something. I don't know. Now, as the boys made their way back home for a 4-game homestand, I can only assume that every member of the team suffered some kind of traumatic brain injury from hearing the word 5 too many times, because things got kind of gross at home. And I will say it again, I'm excited we have a pro basketball team. I bought my season tickets. Coach Stutz is a really nice guy. The few players that are on the team that I got to meet are awesome, but the name and logo still make me want to jam butter knives in my ears and spoon out my eyeballs. But I'm excited. Thursday, November 22nd, the inaugural home game against the London Lightning. Be there. We came back home and for the 3rd time we had to play the Barrie Colts. The Colts came out fast and strong, and for the first 15 minutes the Wolves did the same. But in the last 5 minutes of the period, the Colts got 2 quick ones, and you could honestly just see the defeat on the faces of our players. And I'm not going to say that they gave up, because they kept playing the whole game. But after watching the Wolves these past years, it's easy to see when they revert back to their insecurities. Blind passes, giveaways in our own end, those weak breakouts that are just chips off the glass to absolutely nobody. Luukkonen let in 2 more at the halfway point of the second period. Those 2 especially were no fault of his own. So hopefully, to light a fire under the ass of the team, Stillman pulled out Luukkonen and put in Jake McGrath. And you know what? McGrath played solid for the second half of the second period and for the entire third. David Levin potted 1 in the third period, but that was it. Wolves lose 4-1. Now, on Sunday, we had the Niagara Ice Dogs come to Sudbury and play. I think they were a little upset that they didn't win the first time. They probably should have. First half of the first period, once again, was solid. Even though Niagara scored first, Sudbury scored soon after. But then as soon as Niagara got their next goal, you just saw the life sucked out of the Wolves. So Niagara scored 3 total in the first period. We had 1. 3-1 after the first. But they must have had a good pep talk in the first intermission, because the second and third period, they played solid. They ran into a hot goaltender in Niagara, the same way that they ran into Lucan in the first time. And the Ice Dogs probably blocked about 13,000 shots that game. But it was the little things that happen that will make you lose a hockey game. Giveaways in our own end, bad passes in our own end, penalties in our own end. But truthfully, I kind of expected a couple of games like this to happen. We just finished a 5-game win streak. The Wolves haven't had 5 wins in a row in like 3 or 4 years. There's no way we're going to win every one. We are in a tough division with some hungry teams. I can almost guarantee that Barrie and Niagara are going to be 2 teams that are near the top of the league this year. But I'm pretty sure we'll be back in the playoffs. North Bay is probably going to win 10 games all year. Probably a few against us just because I said that. And the Flint Firebirds are for sure going 0-64. We have the stuff to win hockey games. The team just has to believe they can win these games, even if they're down. Hell, we've done it all year so far. Let's just shoot for like a 4 or a 6 game win streak next time. I believe!